I'm just going to open it up and just say how excited we are about getting back home to Apogee Stadium in front of our in front of our fans. We need another great week of preparation in order to be prepared to play a very quality opponent in Louisiana Tech. And we're looking forward to the challenge this week and very excited about getting a week better. That'll open it up.
You've been able to, I guess, have a good indication of how you're going to play based on how practice went that week. What did you feel about the way you played versus the way you practiced last week?
Didn't think it was as good as Army, but I thought it was good preparation. I thought Tuesdays and Wednesdays we had really solid practices, and really all the practices were good this past week. I don't think the preparation had much to do with some of the mistakes we made throughout the game. We've been doing a better job taking care of the football in practice and getting turnovers. That really didn't carry over into this game. We understand what the mistakes are, and we just got to do a better job of that, because you're not going to win games being -4 in the turnover margin. You look at the two big stats, -4 in turnovers. We actually won the explosive play battles by 1, but the real glaring issue was red zone. They were 5 for 5 in the red zone, 4 touchdowns in the field goal. We were 2 of 5, not getting points inside the 1 or 2. So you're not going to win doing that.
How's the team responded to that loss this week?
They're all hard. Any time you lose, especially with that many mistakes, it's never easy. But that's why you come in on Sunday, you go over the game tape and see what we could have done better. Fix your mistakes and go out and get some work in. And I think once you get out to that practice and kind of start moving forward, you can knock it off a little bit quicker. But none of them are easy, I can tell you. But all our goals, what we stated as our mission coming into the season, that's all right there still in front of us. We just got to continue to get a week better, and they'll regroup, they'll rebound. They've done a great job of that. And the other great thing about the tape is you can see, as poorly as you played, you're still in the game. You still have a chance to, be right there, and you make a few plays, you're right back in there, maybe even tie it up, and got a chance to win the football game. So you got to take some positives out of it as well. Again, we didn't play. And let me make something clear. You got to give UTSA a lot of credit for what they did. They played well, and they managed the game well. But there's some positives in the film that we got to continue to grow on, and we just got to get better overall.
Talk about Louisiana Tech. They've been pretty good this year. I think they've won 5 in a row now. I mean, does it look like they're really starting to find it there from what you've seen on tape?
Yeah, Skip does a great job with his team. They've got a lot of players, a lot of athletes on both sides of the football. They're very explosive, obviously, on offense. They can put up a lot of points in a pretty quick time. So we got to do a great job preparing for their offense, and then defensively, they're one of the top defenses in the league, year in and year out, and it'll be a great challenge for us. But I'm more focused on making sure we do our jobs this week in practice, and we're a week better. I think if we can do that, we can prepare the right way. I think being back home around our fans, bringing some energy, and that'll be key. I promise you, these men are going to play their hearts out, and they're going to compete. And I'm looking forward to the crowd bringing that extra energy. That'll help us be successful, and they'll play a big role in that.
What was UTSA able to do to limit Jeffrey in the running game, and what do you have to do differently this week to get that back on track?
I don't know if it was so much what they did defensively. Teams are gonna start loading up on you and putting extra guys in the fit, which was no different against Army. You know, we just need to do a better job, you know, executing what they're giving us. At times you can see, you know, when we're in rhythm, I thought we got in pretty good rhythm later on in the game, that we were making some big plays and we were moving the football. A lot of our stuff wasn't so much, it was more so about getting in a rhythm. And then as soon as we did get in a rhythm, we had another mistake. And again, just got to get better.
It seems like you guys kind of go offensively as Jeffrey goes. Has that been the case, and what can you guys do to maybe make some adjustments if teams do take him away?
Well, I don't see it as that per se as Jeffrey goes. I think you got to be balanced and spreading the ball around to different positions. I think when Jeffrey is going, and and more important, our run game, I would say, are effective, opens up more things for you. Again, we're going to have to get better at executing the pass game as well, and that's all position. I'm talking about from offensive line to the running backs to the receivers, to where we can open up the run game a little bit more because of our pass game. So I thought offensive line-wise played, they're getting better, they're playing better. We gave up 4 sacks, not one of them was on the offensive line. So we got to do a better job at some other positions as well. So again, I don't think it's any one thing. We got to do a better job executing on offense. We're getting better. So just keep working.
Season high in turnovers against UTSA. Did UTSA do anything in particular to cause them, to cause the team to cough the ball up so much?
Well, they had a nice strip there on the goal line. Jeffrey's trying to make a second effort, and he's just got to be conscious and aware of, you know, squeezing that ball tight, because they're going to be stripping in that situation. I thought they made a heck of a play there. You know, the pick, the fumble, I can't even remember the other one. I think there was 2 picks and a fumble. I don't know if it's so much what they did or what we did.
What's your assessment of Mason and his development at this point in the season?
I think he's growing. I think he's getting better. Again, he's in a tough situation. There's not many freshmen in the country that can go out and do what he's doing right now. And I have all the confidence in the world in him. And you know, the thing that he's very critical on himself. He wants to, he's always looking to get better. And the way he prepares, the way he's getting in extra film, and I like where he's headed. Again, he's had some freshman mistakes, but pretty much every position has, to be honest with you. So he's still a long way from where he needs and wants to be, but there's no doubt in my mind we're excited about him. I know he's continuing to work hard, and again, I've said it before, I think he has a very special future if he just stays on track, which he will, just knowing who he is as a person.
You mentioned the red zone and that being a little bit of a struggle. What can you guys do? And is there any point where when you're so close to the goal line, that you consider going under center at all in your offense?
Well, yeah, that's probably something we've talked about. You know, the issue becomes under center. And in today's deal, I've done it to where you don't have a quarterback that's ever played under center. We don't take many snaps under center. So you get in a situation like that where you got loaded up A-gaps. You're trying to snap a ball to I've seen too many fumbles in that situation. So that's more of a deal to where, is it something we need to continue to work on? Probably. But at the end of the day, I don't think going under center is, I don't think it's that big of a difference. I've been places to where I never went under center. and we've always been really good. So, and the run game. So, you look across the country, there are a bunch of teams that don't. So we got to execute better. It's not so much going under center or not. It's a better job of executing. And maybe it's needing to call a better play.
Coach, you got a couple guys from the same high school on your roster. Does that mean anything to you when you're recruiting and you see these two guys from the same high school? Does that connection mean anything to you when you're trying to bring these guys in?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
When there's two guys from the same high school and you're recruiting, does them being from the same high school mean anything to you in the future with their chemistry on the team?
Yeah, I think if you get, it depends on what the position is. I would guess if you're asking about maybe like a Mason and a Pirtle, if that's what you're alluding to, yeah, it definitely, because they know each other. They kind of know, they've been throwing to each other a long time. They understand each other, what each other likes and what their strengths and weaknesses are. So, and some of it's about being comfortable with each other. So does that help? Absolutely. But is it a must? No. Sometimes it's more about having that relationship with two guys you want in a school that maybe one of them can help the other one make a decision better. So yeah, it helps. But at the same time, it's not the most important thing.
Louisiana Tech's got those two elite receivers. They got Trent Taylor, who seems like he's been around forever. Plus, they got Carlos, who seems to be playing really well at this point. What kind of challenge did those two guys pose, just having both of them out there at once against your secondary?
Oh, they stress you. They stress you defensively. You're going to be forced to, and not only they stress you, but how they run their offense, where they force you to defend the entire field. Their backs get out and open, and they can run the football. So there's a lot of different things. I mean, I think they're explosive on offense, and it's going to force you to make sure you're sound. Your guys know what to do. There can't be any hesitation, and you better have your eyes in the right spot.
If you look across these teams and rosters, it seems like there's a lot of talent from East Texas, especially for you guys. As you guys move forward as a program, is that going to be a really important spot for you guys in terms of building this program, players from East Texas?
I think they all are. You evaluate every area. Obviously, that's an area that we've recruited hard, and we've gotten some really good players out of there. But we're looking for the best available, wherever they're from. We want guys that want to be here, but we understand what we're looking for out of each and every student athlete. And, hopefully they fit our core values and they fit in our system. And to me, East Texas, West Texas, Central Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, obviously, best players.
How would you describe the talent level out there? You've recruited this state for a long time. Are there a lot of just good players out in that general vicinity of the state?
There are, and a lot of athletes, and it's amazing. In this state, again, I said this, maybe it was after signing day, you'll find unbelievable players in January that have no offers and will be able to come in and start for you. We have guys starting on our team that I think are going to be special that didn't have anything. So it's about evaluating what fits into your system. They may not fit in every system, but if they fit in your system, they have a chip on their shoulder and a competitive, personality, and offers don't mean anything. All you need is one. It's the best one for you. So they're everywhere here. I mean, it's Texas. They're coached well. They play it year-round, so you can find them.
Staying on East Texas, you got a couple guys from the same place out there, Terry and O'Kee. What did they do well for this team, and what would you say about them as a duo and as as a coach, what do you see out of them as players?
Again, that's one of the deals. Whether it's two receivers being from the same school means nothing. In a sense, other than relationship and they're being comfortable with each other. But that has nothing to do with schematically how they work together, because really they're at two different positions, even though they're at receivers. So, both of them are doing some good things. They both have a lot of room for improvement, and they got to continue to grow and develop, get bigger, stronger, and faster. We're excited about both of them. But they, again, just like everybody, it's a process, and continuing to get comfortable within the system and making plays and maturing.
Is the recruiting pressure out there a little bit less in East Texas than maybe it is in DFW, where everybody flies an assistant coach and the airport?
Pressure recruiting's everywhere. It's not like it used to be to where you can go out and somewhere's not being heavily recruited, or you can hide guys, or with social media today, it's competitive.
It seems like Nate's played pretty well for you guys this season. Has he really started to develop as a player, Nate Brooks?
Yeah, Nate's doing some really good things. I think Coach Brown, Coach Reffett do a great job with the DB group. They're great teachers, and we have a lot of great teachers on our staff, and they are developing those guys. And Nate's been a guy that, with his length, it can cause some issues for a lot of receivers. And he has the frame and the body what we're looking for, and he's done a great job of getting better each week. He's starting to develop in the weight room, getting bigger, getting more strong. So he's on track to do some really good things, and he just got to continue to bring it and get better.
D. Bachman started for you guys for the first time last week. Has he started to show you a little bit more here as he gets deeper into the season?
Yeah, I thought he's done some really good things, and although maybe last week was his first start, he's played a pretty significant role in pretty much every game, and he's made a lot of plays. He's very physical. I love the way he puts his face on people, and he loves football, and you want that. You want those guys to love the game, and they're passionate about it. And he's definitely one of those guys that he gets better. He gets a lot better because of the way he goes out and practices every day. And I can promise you, he's the type of guy who can't wait for practice, and that's why he's developing and getting better each week. And I like a lot of the things he's doing.
Well, he was a late arrival guy. Did it just take him a little bit of time?
It's tough. Yes, it is, and it's any time you got late guys, it's tough to come in here and just in a couple weeks to learn a whole new system. Learn all the different techniques. And, just because they are a little bit older maybe doesn't mean that they don't still have a lot of room for improvement on their technique and kind of the things that they're doing. And again, they're coming in playing a different defense and different scheme, and so it's challenging. And you look at all those guys, who came late, it's tough. EJ is another example. He came in late. He wasn't as productive early on because, again, it's new for him. And so the more they work, the more they get comfortable, the more they develop their fundamentals, the better they get. And EJ's another classic example. It's kind of clicked with him, and he's been solid since the last few weeks. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Coach.